burn. A thirst and desire, you transform out of pit of flesh. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn. A thirst and
Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. My name is Sasha. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, my loyal royals. So good to see you. If you are newly subscribed, welcome to the family, my new loyal royals. Please make sure you guys do subscribe to my channel. Please make sure you do hit that thumbs up. Please share my videos as well as help support the channel and help it grow. Go follow me on Twitter at DragonPink07. I am extremely active on Twitter and I do respond to folks on there as well as I respond to the comments that I get on here. So, with all that little intro being out the way, let's get into this video. So, as you can see by the title, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ranking my 5 K-pop experiences. Now, disclaimer, big disclaimer, based from these 5 concerts, I went to 5 different concerts this summer. This is my experience. This, depending on who's ranked in what order, it does not mean that I did not like the group or I did not like the music when I was there. It has nothing to do with that. When I say my experience, I mean the overall experience. This means the venue, the fans, the staff interaction, and all that other stuff. Literally, because obviously me going to the concerts means that I love the groups. But when it comes down to experience, this is me talking about everything all together that impacted my own experience, which means stays, MONBEBEs, INSOMNIAs, and ARMY don't come for me if I say that someone is ranked higher than another group because of my experience at that particular concert. So, now that side of the way, I have my little list right here. So I went to 5 concerts, as I mentioned earlier, and I saw Stray Kids twice. I saw Dreamcatcher, BTS, and Monsta X. So we're gonna put them in a certain order, and as I put them in order, I'll say why they're in a certain order. So the number 1 concert for me was seeing Stray Kids in Newark. Now, I love all these groups, but Stray Kids in Newark ranked number 1 for me because this is a concert that I went to with my best friend. We had an absolute ball at the concert and it was so cool. All the different stays that I met were so sweet. We had an absolute blast. The place that they had the concert at was really nice. Like the whole setup of the stadium was absolutely, well not stadium, but like the arena was absolutely fabulous. And it was just really nice. I did have a close seat and that helped to add to the experience as to how much fun I got to actually have, to actually see Stray Kids in concert like that and be up close and personal with them. And it was just an overall like fun experience. It really was. So Stray Kids in Newark is number 1. Number 2, Monsta X in Virginia. I saw Monsta X at Eagle Bank Arena in Virginia, in Fairfax, Virginia. That one was so much fun. Again, I had another close seat and the people I sat around were so energetic. They were fun. And Monsta X was full of energy, like on stage, just seeing them in person. And it was just like, wow. The staff were very nice, even when it came down to doing the high touch. It wasn't really a high touch, it was more like we got to see them in passing, you know, because gotta still abide by restrictions and all that stuff. Wait, can I say that? Oh, yeah, well, pandemic restrictions. But it was still really cool. The guys were so sweet. And then, of course, at the end, when we were saying goodbye to them, we got to do a little send-off, and that was really fun. And they're so goofy. I just absolutely adore Monsta X. Plus, Monsta X is the original K-pop group that got me really, really back into K-pop. And they'll always have a place in my heart because of that. So, Monsta X is number 2. Number 3, Dreamcatcher in Reading, Pennsylvania. Dreamcatcher is the very first girl group that I really can say I really, really, really like. And it takes a lot for me when it comes to girl groups because even though I like cute, I am not an overall fan of the super duper cutesy kind of look or kind of singing or acting. And Dreamcatcher is definitely different from that. They started off that way, I believe, but then they got into a more darker theme, and that just is what drew me in. And the song that kind of snapped my attention for Dreamcatcher was Deja Vu. Deja Vu was the first song that I heard that really got me into Dreamcatcher and wanting to know more about them as a group and who they are, and I just absolutely adore them. They are one out of maybe 3 girl groups that I really, really like and listen to their music and actually enjoy. So Dreamcatcher is number 3. Number 4, Stray Kids in Inglewood. So I mentioned earlier that I saw Stray Kids twice. So I flew to Los Angeles, California to see Stray Kids in Inglewood. Again, I had another close seat. This one, the reason this is number 4 is because the staff interaction caused a lot of confusion with stays, and there was a lot of lack of communication between the security and the other staff. And when they weren't trying to go by the time frame that they had on the website for us to go in, it just made everything kind of not miserable, but it was unsettling, so to speak, because when you don't communicate with your staff, it tends to make you look a little ridiculous, because we're supposed to go in at this time, but you guys are telling us we got to wait a whole another hour out in the sun before we can even go in. Not to mention that the people that were doing sound check hadn't even gotten the chance to do sound check yet, and then come to find out from somebody else on somebody else's Twitter, by the way, they're not letting anybody in because they're having technical issues. So it's going to push sound check back, which is going to push general entry back, which is going to push the concert back. And the concert did start about 30 minutes late, but it was just the lack of communication between staff really kind of dampened it a little bit. But the Kia Forum was beautiful. Like, the inside of it was nice. And of course, if anyone's seen like the way the setup was for the Stray Kids concert, the setup was just perfect. And the staff, to me, I'm pretty sure that they've had events at Kia Forum before, because it's literally right next to SoFi Stadium. But it's just, get it together to the staff. Get it together when it comes down to communication and fan assistance, because that definitely makes a difference when it comes to a fan's experience at your venue. But Stray Kids in Inglewood is number 4. And number 5, last but not least, BTS in Las Vegas. Army, don't come at me. So the reason I put the BTS concert last is because the overall experience was okay. Yeah, seeing BTS perform in person for the very first time in my life was absolutely out of this world. But the way that things kind of went down at the stadium was just kind of ugh. So when we got there, it was hard to find the right entrance. We were told to go one way to go in, and then we got to that side and it was like, oh no, your ticket says this, you got to go to the other entrance. So we're just like, which is it? Because we've been sent back and forth twice. So there was that, and that kind of like put a damper on things, but we kind of let that breeze off. Then the second one was when we were going to find our seats, that we kind of got led around a little bit because we were in like the nosebleed section. So it was a matter of trying to find out where to go. And we finally, after asking, I think 2 or 3 people, found, they was like, oh yeah, you need to go this way. But not only us, but they're like a whole bunch of other people in the same section were like, where do we even go? Like, there's signs, but the signs get confusing after a while. But there was that. And then it was, the biggest thing that made this concert just be okay-ish, but even though it was fun, there was these people that were sitting in our section and they were sitting in the wrong section, in the wrong row, in the wrong seats. So it got to the point where security came and told them they had to move, but the guy's excuse was, oh, we're sitting lower because we can't see that well. And we're all just like, dude, we're all up here in the 400 section, up in the nosebleed. Like, you need to go up to where your actual seat is. All you're doing is making it harder on everybody else that comes for their seats, and then you got to get up and move, and you're disturbing everybody else around you because you're blocking our view since you're standing up and trying to move back and forth. So between them changing seats constantly because they didn't want to go to their actual seats, which was probably about maybe, I think it was like row 12, where we were in row 2 or 3 in the 400 section. But it's like, just go to your seat, dude. Not to mention, this same person kept getting up and going back and forth getting drinks. And all I could think was like, bro, you're literally like just blocking people as they're trying to like enjoy the concert, and you're getting back and forth, going back and forth, just getting drinks. Like, this is not a football game, sir. This is a K-pop concert, and even though the person you came with is enjoying it, you are starting to ruin it for everybody. And then after a while, this same person had security called on them because he had gotten drunk and got a little bit belligerent, and then security, like 6 security guards came to get him to leave. And I'm just like, bro, you're supposed to be here enjoying the concert. Even if you don't want to be here, just sit and chill. Sit and chill and listen to the music. That's all you got to do. Don't ruin other people's experiences just because you don't want to be there and your girlfriend does. It's so dumb. But overall, the BTS concert was fabulous. It was wonderful seeing the guys in person, like performing in person. It was absolutely wonderful. But those are my rankings for all 5 concerts. Stray Kids in Newark, Monsta X in Virginia, Dreamcatcher in Pennsylvania, Stray Kids in Inglewood, and BTS in Las Vegas. Again, Saves, MONBEBE's, INSOMNIA's, ARMY. Don't come for me. Again, these rankings are based on my own personal experiences at each concert. Each person's experience is different. Some people have the most phenomenal experience with not a single thing going wrong for them. Others have okay experiences, like I did with some of these concerts. Others have absolutely dreadful experiences, which I'm sorry to those if you do have dreadful experiences. I'm sorry about that to y'all. But hopefully when you get to try again for another concert, that your experience be better. But that is it for this video for ranking my K-pop concert experiences. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you do give it a like. Please share this video. Please make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Go follow me on Twitter at DragonPink07. That is it. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever time it is where you may be. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Never say forever fall into the